June the 28th, 2021. Guys, we've almost made it through this first month of hurricane season without a major storm hitting the U.S. And the only hurricane really is Enrique, and it's on the western side of Mexico, headed up towards the Baja Peninsula right now. What we got in the Atlantic is two systems. System number one, it says, as of 8 a.m., now that was 37 minutes ago, it's 7:37 a.m. Central. But 8 a.m. Eastern, it says a well-defined low-pressure system located about 190 miles east-southeast of Hilton Head Island, South Carolina, is producing a large area of showers and thunderstorms mainly west of the center. And that's exactly what's happening. This tailwind that's coming out of the east has blown the top off of the storm, and a lot of those clouds are moving onshore now. But the center of circulation has not, and it seems to be making a slight northwest turn. We'll look at that on the satellite images. It says it is producing large area showers and thunderstorms mainly west of the center. However, any additional increase in organization of the thunderstorm activity would result in the National Hurricane Center issuing tropical storm or tropical depression advisories later this morning or afternoon. The lowest forecast to move northwestward at 15 to 20 miles an hour, and the system should reach the coast of southern Carolina or Georgia by this evening. If advisories are initiated, then tropical storm warnings could be required for a portion of the Georgia and South Carolina coast with short notice. Regardless of development, a few inches of rain are possible along the immediate coast of Georgia and southern South Carolina through Tuesday. Air Force Reserve Unit reconnaissance aircraft is scheduled to investigate the system this afternoon. Now, it doesn't have a lot of time before it reaches shore, and again, it's not a major hurricane or anything like that, but still be aware of small craft warnings, rip current warnings and watches, and possible water spouts. We're just going to have to keep an eye on how it develops through the evening. Now, the system that has come off the coast of Africa has a 40% chance of cyclone formation in 5 days. And a broad area of low pressure associated with a tropical wave is producing a small cluster of showers and thunderstorms over the central tropical Atlantic Ocean. Some slow development is possible through the end of the week while the system moves quickly westward to northwestward at about 20 miles an hour, likely reaching the Lesser Antilles Wednesday night. It's 2 days away. Now, as we look at these satellite images over the Atlantic, guys, you can see that the storms, again, have blown westward. That's what they were talking about, and they are already on shore from North Florida to South Georgia. South Carolina. But notice as the sun is rising this morning that these clouds were blown off the center of circulation. It is right behind it. And in the last few frames, North Carolina, this thing has turned northwest. Check this out. Right there. It's made that north movement. So anyway, I'm saying I'd be more concerned along the South Carolina, North Carolina border than I would the Georgia border. And because it's definitely making that turn now, guys. And let's look at the storm further out into the Atlantic. And this is what we're looking at now, where the sun is rising over it, and you can see some Saharan dust layer above it and mingling with it. We don't know if it's going to break through this band or not, but each day it has increased its chance now of development. And talking about it's going to be close to the Lesser Antilles here in just 2 days. This is Monday by Wednesday evening. And we'll have to keep an eye on it because each night we've seen it downgrade a little bit because you didn't have the heat of the sun right on top of it. And then throughout the day, we see it starting to strengthen. But guys, it has rotation at the surface level. You can't tell much from this wide view, but as it gets closer to the Caribbean, we'll get more and more images of it. But it's still out there. Again, Wednesday in the Lesser Antilles. By that point, we will be able to tell how dangerous this storm will become. Now, here is the Canadian model. The first system comes in along the Georgia and South Carolina border. I think it's going to go a little further north. Keep an eye on it. Second system's coming across the Yucatan now, strengthening, and it stopped this on July the 8th off the shore between Mexico and Texas. Check this out. Remember these models, I said, first day I showed you both the Canadian and the Navy model. The Navy model had it turning more into the Atlantic and moving up the East Coast. And this model, the Canadian model, had it staying further south than what we're seeing now and not really becoming much of a storm. But that's starting to change again. Yucatan Peninsula, it's crossing that around July the 4th, and then it's here by the 8th. Check that out. Again, first storm, second storm coming in right there. And as you see it get close to the shore, it's a slight northern turn. Now, these are going to change, but these models are going to get closer and closer together. Now, let's look at the Navy model. Now, looking at the Navy model, this is NavGem. Here's your second system that we're watching. It already showed just at the very beginning a very small system coming ashore here for disturbance number 1 in the Georgia, Carolina area. And this extends out to July the 5th. And it's showing the hurricane slower and just off the Windward Islands, but much stronger than what the Canadian model is showing. So they had this projected in time to get further than this and make a turn. So right now, they're kind of stopping their model right here on July the 5th there. Now remember, the Canadian model had it by this time into the Caribbean, approaching the Yucatan Peninsula. So we're still out in time. These models are going to change. Right now, the immediate thing to watch, again, you guys in the Windward Islands, watch for development of the storm in the next few days. And you folks along the east coast of the U.S., check out and your webcams along the Carolinas and in Georgia, and you can keep an eye on really where your wind and wave is starting to come in, and it'll show you. Now, it's again, the storms have separated from the center of circulation, and the winds along Myrtle Beach in that area are not that strong yet. You got people out on the beach and all. We'll see how that degrades throughout the day, but let's take a look at the Myrtle Beach camp. Now, this is Myrtle Beach, and you can see it's a pretty nice day. You got sun out, some clouds. Along this horizon, this eastern horizon, you can see some darker clouds there, and that more than likely is the edge of the system that we're watching. But you can tell by the clouds, the flags, that there's not that much wind now. It is an easterly wind that's going to pick up throughout the day, but everybody seems to be out enjoying it. And if you look at some of the other beach cams and webcams along the Virginia coast, North Carolina, South Carolina coast, and Georgia, they look very similar. Now, in Georgia, you've got more cloud cover because the top of that storm has been stripped off. But this is what it's looking at like now. As we go through the day into the evening, these winds are going to pick up, and we'll kind of take a look at some of these webcams again. But guys, just be prepared, especially if you have kids that are going to the beach with you, because rip currents can be deadly, and they are very fast, and they can take your kids away. Make sure you do not allow that to happen. Subscribe for updates below, guys. We watch these all year. It's a heads up. Be safe.